What's up guys, Derek, moreplates.com. Today we are going to be talking about shitty test levels, like close to zero. Dude.
What's up guys, Derek, moreplates.com. Today we're going to be visiting the More Plates, More Dates subreddit. This is, I don't know if it's highly requested, but I've definitely seen it here and there, and people want me to react to some of the memes and shit, and I do actually get some good ideas from the subreddit, including pretty much every single, or the majority of the trend horror stories come from the subreddit. So some interesting content pops up there from time to time. So I definitely find myself visiting fairly frequently. So I thought we'd just go through the best posts of the last, little bit here and give, react to some of the funny shit. So this I've been sent by quite a few people today. And this is, a good, well, you can figure out what the fuck it is. Just listen to them.
What's up guys, Derek, moreplates.com. Today we are going to be talking about fucking shitty test levels, like close to zero. Dude.
So I've already seen it once actually. So this isn't my genuine original reaction, but I thought it was pretty funny. I hope he shouts this one out. LOL. Could have done taller hair, but it gets the job done. Definitely laughed at these shoulder pads. Test levels that amount to the test levels of a castrated 15-year-old. Fucking no, dude. This is, in my opinion, not an appropriate approach to follow when injecting super physiological amounts of hormones. Anyway, take from that what you will. Let me know. I bet you half this shit isn't even... I don't even have a BitChute anymore. Well, I do. I just don't even upload to it, but I still fucking say it. It's part of my thing. In all seriousness though, after a year of watching Derek, the amount of knowledge, research, studies that I read, and lifestyle changes that I did to optimize my health cannot be quantified. Amazing content and amazing following. Thank you for all of that, Derek. Much appreciated. PK Arapis 96. Much appreciated. Failure to deploy a super physiological amount of acting in order to leverage dopamine response through algorithmic pathways. That's funny. That's funny. Okay, let's see what else is in here. Starting to feel like Derek's long lost brother. When we see some massive striated fucking deltoids here. Holy shit, it's quite the transformation, bro. Let's see what the comments say. Diced to the sauciest fucking hell, lol. Forkin peeled. Gorilla Mode AR coming in clutch. Man's got the bowling ball insertions, looking absolutely capped, man. Funny. This is, it's actually crazy how much this subreddit is evolving over the past few months. Holy fuck. Connor Murphy released his own pre-workout. Energy and focus. Ultimate pre-workout fusion. Fruit punch, natural and artificial flavor. Supplement facts, 5 calories, and this is probably like bad timing considering like what's going on right now. Amphetamine blend, magic mushrooms extract, natural bioclenbuterol, enlightenment complex, glycer dump, standardized to 85% fecal mass. Divine proprietary blend. Dude, it's like not even a milligrams, it's in tablespoons. It's EAA's hormone complex, fertility formula, human spirit inspiration, and inner freedom. And it has fucking bioperine for increased bioavailability. It's fucking funny. That's a sub-efficacious dose of enlightenment complex. At least it won't make your butthole itchy. That is true. Average beta-alanine efficacy denier. Dude, these are fucking hilarious. Rectal administration only. Just shove 2 scoops up my ass to enhance bioavailability. Oh, is that his fucking actual credit card, dude? Come on. Excuse me, it's called Gorilla Load. Side effects include becoming the second coming of Jesus of Christ, addiction to ingesting your bro's jizz, eating your own shit, and achieving true enlightenment. Not enough glycer dump to cause optimal myocyte hyperhydration. That's fucking good. That's a good one. Derek in his natural habitat.
Hello. Hi. Hi. Hey.
Go swallow this guy's load. That's funny. Laughing, crying face. Yeah, that's funny. Fucking, how many is this? 8 of them? Goddamn. What's in her mouth? My ding dong. My ding ding dong. This is from Hostel. Dude, terrifying fucking OG horror movie. If you don't want to cringe at Achilles being fucking cut off, do not watch it. You just Googled sauna scene and a fucking Hostel scene came up. That was a sketchy movie. What else do we have here? Who wants to see Derek go at Jim Stepani? I'd like to see him do a double feature, pre-gym breakdown, natty or not. Would definitely hit hard on the old algorithm. What do you guys think? The maxed out efficacious dosages shirt. I really need to get on top of merch, dude. Like, it's been on my to-do list for a while, and I literally have some really funny designs ready to go, and I've just been pumping out videos, dude. Definitely prioritizing that over pretty much everything else right now. My non-horror story of taking M-Droll as a high school football player, that might be good for another video. I will check that out later. Do I consider, dude, these polls are so ridiculous. Do you consider Turkesterone natty? How many times do we have to cover this subject? Like, it is, like, I guess it's a legitimate question, but I mean, like, at the end of the day, when it comes to being like natty or not, like, I think anything that agonizes androgen receptors to a point where, well, I guess you could think of HGH or other shit too. So I guess a reasonable question. Personally, I would say you're still natty if it were me. Let's see. Connor Murphy has completely lost it yesterday. Yeah, apparently the most recent update is that he is in police custody. So hopefully that means he is fine. I don't actually know what the most current update is besides that, or if that's even true. That's just what I've heard. So hopefully he's in good hands now. Let's see. Anavar only cycle results. Genetic limit question. Might be interesting. Let me open that. Let's see. Have I done any videos on NAC or biotin in terms of hair loss and beard growth? Wow. He's been using biotin shampoo and 2,000 milligrams of NAC a day. And his beard has gone from half gray to all brown again. His hair also has gotten a lot thicker, has been growing faster. I think I take like 2.5 grams of NAC per day already. And then I take biotin as well. But the NAC is the thing that's gonna move the needle in like an antioxidant context. It's not necessarily the biotin. The likelihood that you're deficient in biotin is low unless you're having a fuck ton of egg whites. But NAC, a very good supplement, and interestingly enough, it's being FDA targeted now. It's now actually kicked off of Amazon, which is an interesting scenario and kind of silly if you think about it. So yeah, you might want to stock up on NAC while you can. Let's see. Gorilla Mode. Whoa, Jesus, fuck. Gorilla Mode, the chat of all pre-workouts. Average blood rush fan. Oh my fucking God. Average blood rush fan, average Gorilla Mode enjoyer. Itchy butthole efficacious dosages. Okay, let's put a reasonable volume here. Jesus fuck. I don't know if you guys saw my Instagram post of the guy who made the Chad versus like virgin pre-workout or something, and it was like C4 versus Gorilla Mode. I thought that was fucking hilarious. Actual good meme. What about Connor Murphy's pre-workout Gorilla Load? Derek burst out laughing at super physiological levels is my next favorite thing. Yeah, that was fucking, might have been the hardest I've ever laughed in a video, is during the Tyler 1 thing. Let's see, what is this? So, ecdysterone product. I would be shocked if this was actually complex the correct way. As far as I know, most companies are literally just getting the complex, putting it in a fucking vat and mixing it with the powder, and then capping it and saying, this is like the complex, instead of actually doing the proper preparation modality. Like there's actually a specific way you're supposed to do it to kind of like engulf the actives. And it's kind of hard to explain because frankly, I don't even fucking get it. That's why I literally, like I'm not the actual fucking engineer who does this shit, but we have a company that we hired who actually does the preparation with a very specific and it's like literally following a clinical study essentially in the preparation method. And it's not something you can literally just mix in a vat. Unfortunately, like L-citrulline, you know how it's bound to malic acid. If you actually have legitimate citrulline malate, if you've seen my discussion and dissection of how every citrulline malate product on the market is essentially not properly listed on their supplement facts panel because there is no legitimate citrulline malate on the market. Rather, it's just malic acid mixed in a vat of L-citrulline, which is actually fine because once there's the actual metabolism process, they break apart anyways into free-form L-citrulline and malic acid anyways. But it's the fact that people are artificially inflating their label claims with them bound together when in fact they are not chemically bound whatsoever during the mixing process. So when I see something like, you know, a complex, I'm inclined to think that it's probably not actually bound or engulfed correctly. Rather, I think it's probably something like the citrulline malate that's going on. Now, again, it's a bit different when you're comparing an actual delivery mechanism rather than something that's just bound together. But for the sake of the label claims, that's all I'm trying to say is I would be surprised if they're doing the same preparation we're doing. But again, this is ecdysterone, not turkesterone. I'm actually looking into getting a complex version of ecdysterone using the same preparation method, but that's a future project. We'll be a ways out. So anyways, Gorilla Mode and creatine supplementation. I've started taking Mode pre-workout, which has 5 grams of creatine. But if I also supplement 5 grams of creatine daily, should I change this? Well, that's the whole point. You don't need to buy your creatine separately now if you're using Mode on a daily basis. And obviously you shouldn't use Mode on a daily basis. That's why we have nitric, which is the stimulant-free version. And frankly, you know, some people actually prefer it for the performance aspect because obviously there are more hyperhydrating components and nitric oxide precursors and whatnot in Gorilla Mode Nitric. It's a superior performance product, but it has no stims. But if you're taking a pre on a regular basis, you're going to be getting your saturation dose of creatine in, pending how much you're using. So obviously, if you're using 2 scoops nitric or 1 scoop Mode, 1 scoop nitric, or you know whatever it is, you're going to be getting 5 grams of creatine. So you know what's the point? Let's see, hair safe cycles. I watched Derek's video on test plus dutasteride. He talks about how even while inhibiting 5-AR test alone can cause hair loss. What are your guys' thoughts on this? What dose of test would be safe to run alongside dutasteride? Based on the research I've done so far, the most hair safe cycle seems to be 300 to 500 test plus dutasteride plus HGH MK677. No, I would not agree that this is the most hair safe cycle at all. In fact, I have literally determined that it is not, although it is probably one of the most broad spectrum, well tolerated whilst being sort of hair safe cycles. Now, it's not, like at the end of the day, this, like what's he saying? Deca only is the safest without finasteride. Like as far as the most hair safe anabolic in totality is nandrolone. That's just how it is. When a 5-alpha reduces to dihydronandrolone, it's very, very well tolerated in the scalp. Doesn't necessarily mean it's less androgenic in other tissues though. For example, with females, very friendly on hair, very, you know, fairly tissue selective compound in general and well tolerated, except for vocal changes seem to respond pretty aggressively to nandrolone because there's not a significant amount of 5-alpha reductase expression where the vocal cords are. So obviously, when it comes to choosing, you know, the most safe compound when it comes to different organ systems, including your hair, which are organs at the end of the day, it's going to depend on the compound and in terms of where specifically its effects are like exaggerated, if that makes sense. But yeah, like obviously dutasteride plus test is a lot fucking safer than test alone, or, you know, I'm not saying you should do that. I'm just saying that it's not hair safe. None of this shit is hair safe, just put it that way. But it's definitely, when it comes to test base and whatnot, this is going to be more well tolerated hair wise, and it's going to be a lot harder to lose your fucking hair with a super physiologic dose of test. Like you would probably have a harder time losing hair on a super physiological dose of test with no DHT, or at least minimal amounts, than you would as a natural with actual just normal fucking testosterone and DHT production. You know, maybe not actually. Depends on the dose. Depends on the dose, and it depends on the person too. But that is you know, it's kind of hard to say exactly what is best for everyone. Some people don't even lose hair on trend, but then they get fucking raped on goddamn Masteron. that is the kind of thing that we see. Now, again, there are a lot of compounds that anecdotally we see time and time again are problematic for the majority of people who are prone to hair loss, like Masteron, on paper, one of the most, tissue selective sickest compounds ever. And it's, well tolerated in females and barely causes hair loss compared to other, reference compounds. But in practical application, in men prone to hair loss, butt fucks pretty much everyone. So that's like, it's a little bit anecdotal when it comes to what is the most hair safe ones. In general, the main thing is nandrolone is the safest when it comes to nothing else. When you're inhibiting DHT, obviously test is pretty well tolerated too, to a degree. I've literally done an experiment and documented on YouTube where I had hair loss on dutasteride with a dose of test that was not that high. Like I literally had a high normal test level from TRT and then I actually pushed it a little bit. And it was definitely not safe, put it that way. Gorilla mode not when. About to paint my girlfriend. Load stack came in today. Oh yeah, if you guys don't know, we're making a product called Lock and Load. It is a collaborative project with the PKA podcast that I went on almost a year ago, maybe a bit more than a year ago at this point. And this is the basis of the stack. However, I have come up with better alternatives to some of this stuff. Like for example, oral L-arginine. You guys probably know what my opinion is of that. This is not the best nitric oxide precursor you could be using. And the load stack will actually be more comprehensive than this, but this is a foundational component of it with some substitutions for more efficacious compounds. Gorilla load stack is in the works. Indeed it is. Will it have citrulline? No, it won't, because we're in capsules. So we are going to fit something in there that is as close to a maxed out dose of L-citrulline as we can, but fitting in capsules. So anyways, I think that's enough for today. Like I'm pushing us 23 minutes on the camera here, so I think maybe we can revisit this another time and see if there are other funny memes and shit. But hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Let me know what you thought of it. Kind of a new idea for, I don't know, mostly entertainment and maybe rapid firing, answering some questions. So if you guys enjoyed that, let me know. Like, subscribe, check out my blog, moreplatesmoredates.com. Follow me on Instagram at moreplatesmoredates, Facebook, Snapchat, not BitChute, Twitter, TikTok, Apple Podcasts. If you want to support the channel, you can check out anything I'm associated with in the video description below. My TRT clinic. It's all telemedicine from the comfort of your own home. Gorilla Mind, nootropic formulas, Gorilla Mode. I'm just thinking about the fucking guy who wrote down my whole outro. Pre-workout formulas, I designed myself from scratch. Recommended lab tests and diagnostics. Stay on top of your health. My recommended diet model for newbies who are getting into lifting. And anything else or actually even veterans, to be honest. It's a fucking comprehensive diet model for pretty much anyone. And anything else I'm associated with, it's all in the video description below. Thank you guys for watching. Talk to you soon.